Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and coin factory family, back again with another daily Casper crypto live, and we have got some FUD in the markets. Right now we are seeing a correction across the board for crypto, which we'll get into in this stream. Again, it's not a case of Casper or crypto being bad. The confirmation that people are saying that we're going towards a bear market, I do not believe that is the case at all. We are seeing a pullback right now based on the macro and headline news that's just come out. But today's stream is going to be a very, very interesting one. We have a lot of very important sources to get into. Smart contract updates from Kasplex and equally IGRA as well. We got some talk about potential AI agents coming to Casper, which even the KII chime into as well, regarding a potential partnership with BitTensor. We have KII Alpha that was actually disclosed in yesterday's Sunday roast with blockchain banter, crypto pumps, Wolfie, and the rest that definitely, naturally a lot more that are in there as well. Courtesy to all of them, shout out to all of them there who managed to get some insane alpha. It was a very entertaining stream yesterday. We have a lot of very, very insightful things to cover in today's stream. Ultimately, as always, if you enjoy the content, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. And I also want to quickly make a disclaimer once again. As you can see in the bottom left of the stream right now, I'm working alongside BYDFI, a no KYC, no VPN exchange with regulations in the United States and Canada and many other regions around the world. I have an affiliate link connection down below in the description, and should you sign up to the affiliate link, or better still, if you check out the Discord server right here, the channel called Get VIP Access, and you sign up to BYDFI through my link here, deposit $100 into your account and then verify your BYDFI account via the UID button here, you will get many benefits, including permanent VIP access to the BYDFI channels in this Discord community, and equally a 1 month free trial to my Coin Factory VIP as well. Of course, you can check the VIP Coin Factory for just free for 1 week should you choose to. We are covering a lot of very important information, and they're trading actively as well right now, which has been very, very profitable so far, and we're looking like we're making more and understanding more what's about to come to this space as well. So if you want to find out all that sort of stuff, get ahead of the game, alpha information, trade alerts, market analysis, and so much more, come check it out. Links down below in the description, also on the homepage and in the Discord server as well. All links you can find right here. That being said, I'll come back circle to that later on. Welcome back everybody to the channel. Hope you're having a great day so far. It has been a nice breath of fresh air after the FUD, which is still lingering for Casper. The FUD is still lingering, but we're now seeing some actual optimistic developments now, which is what we've wanted to see for a very, very long time. So welcome back everybody. Bingo Bango first, my man, welcome back, brother. Hopefully had a very, very good day so far. You too, Ghosted Man, second almost, but love to have you back, brother. And you too, LB Crypto, on the check-in. What's up everyone here? Wing Hong, we moon ya. I know it's been a minute, but not yet. Hopefully soon. Again, I'm optimistic that June's going to be a good time. However, we are getting more and more signs that the first half of June is going to be potentially quite a rocky one. At least the next coming days are definitely going to be very, very rocky. We'll get into all of that in a moment. Welcome back, Next Level Cash Bro. Hope you're doing very, very well, brother. Having a great day so far. Kryptoni, there you are indeed. Welcome back, my man. You're doing very, very well. Casper is the end game, no doubt, LB. There's nothing better than Casper in my personal belief. The banter was very interesting. Oh, it was insane. I did miss the tail end of it, unfortunately, where I think a lot of the big announcements were made, but shout out to you, Gosu, for sending me the links to that sort of stuff as well, which again, appreciate it so very much. I have no idea. And yes, for what I tuned into, the hour and a half that I was in that live, it was very, very entertaining and nice. Again, a slight different change on things from the constant information that we tend to normally do in these streams, but either way, it was what we love to see in the Casper community, a different side of things, and equally a connection all around. So it was great to see all around, and it's good to see you in there as well, brother. Welcome back, Greg, bro. Yo to you too, and you too, Falco, and you too, Hanny. And all money in Casper gotta make us proud in due time. 100% in my belief, it's going to make us very, very proud. I was with my friend about Casper, and he immediately wanted to buy it, as he should. Especially if you showed him Plan K's endgame theory for Casper as well. There's I already had conviction in Casper, and when Kryptoni rightly so kept badgering me to watch the videos, and I did. Again, admittedly very late, but I did watch them. My conviction in Kaspa only excelled from there, because what's coming to Kaspa is absolutely insane, and how it's going to transform finance is going to be absolutely insane. Welcome back, Stack Bro. Hope you're doing very, very well, brother. And welcome back again, everyone who's just lurking around, having a great day, hopefully so far. Let's get into the content first and foremost. So let's get started right here. We can see on CMC, Kaspa 41 on CMC right now. 60 million, 24-hour trading volume, still lackluster. We want to see a little bit higher, but again, that's only a matter of time. We are seeing, which is probably the highest I've seen it for a while, Big Get at 13, almost 14%, Bybit at 10, almost 11%. So the big tier ones are up in volume percentage right now, which is good to see. Kraken still lackluster at 2, and of course Gate and Mexi still dominating right now. It's good, of course, we want to see a lot higher volume in general. 60 is not a lot, but we'll hopefully see it in due time. We are seeing equally the wallets continuing to stack more and more. We go check out the top addresses right now on CashFi right here. We've got 528,000 now, so it's been going up continuously, bit by bit. We can see here in the last 90 days, just green across the board. And even in 7 days, the big wallets been stacking more and more. And we can see again, what's holding what for the most part. Again, wallet 2 sitting comfy at almost $750 million, which is great to see, in the sense of we should hopefully therefore see that transition into a listing in due time. So things right now are looking, I would argue, relatively strong for Kaspa. If we go to the dashboard here of CashFi as well, the rewards right here we can see the next reduction in 2 days, 91.5%. Mind, we're going to get into a supply shock very, very soon, and that will incentivize a much sharper rally in price. When there's not enough supply coming out and the demand keeps rising, that results in an explosion in the price. So that's only a matter of time, I believe. Kaspa right now, if you see on the market charts, currently down 2.6% on the daily time frame, valued at 8.6 cents. We did see Kaspa come down a little bit earlier, a little bit down to this level of support down here on the 8.4, 8.3 cents zone here, and that was off the back of Bitcoin seeing a bit of a heavier correction. It's still coming down. Bitcoin's currently down 1.3, and that's off the back of the macro news we'll get into straight away. But again, as I'm about to cover the macro news, I do want to highlight that I do honestly believe, not financial advice of course, but I do believe we're going to see some more corrections in the immediate short term, and I'll explain why in just a moment. So we know right now, tariff headlines are still driving the markets. Tariffs are completely dominating right now, and it's frustrating. No doubt, it's very, very frustrating seeing the tariff headlines right now. Once more again, tariffs, they cause short-term FUD. Look at the market. Since tariffs were announced and implemented on April 2nd down here, we have seen Bitcoin come down and then rally up to all-time highs. Total 50% rally in that period as well. So again, long-term, tariffs are not an issue, but short-term pullbacks you'll see. You saw it on the day they were launched. On the 5th where you saw a pullback. You saw it on Friday. Every time tariffs are announced, you see pullbacks, but they are normally short-lived. That being said, we're seeing continuous repetitive tariff announcements, and unfortunately, investors deem that as very negative and very worrisome, which I get. But we're seeing right now Bitcoin will come back as a result. So we now know the federal courts are trying to block the tariffs. We know that China and America are no longer seeing eye to eye on the tariffs, and we also know that America have now, or they're about to increase tariffs on steel, EU steel, by 2 times from 25 to 50%, and the EU plan to prepare countermeasures for that as well. So we can see right here, which is also not helping in the market sentiment right now. Apparently, Trump's administration has demanded final trade offers from countries by Wednesday to avoid reinstatement of tariffs. So, of course, Trump announced a tariff, then he paused majority of them as loads of traders were coming through. So countries are actively trying to negotiate a deal, and it looks like it's not happening as quickly as he wanted. So he's now saying these countries who are negotiating deals with us, if you not come to an agreement and finalize trade deals by Wednesday, so 2 days time, we're going to reinstate the tariffs at what they were, which was relatively extortionate. So of course, that in itself has caused a lot of FUD, and that was a very, very recent announcement. That's only an hour ago from Watcher Guru here, so probably been a few hours from now. So that's why you're seeing Bitcoin start to correct a little bit more right now. And I do think, not financial advice again, it does depend on the macro and whatnot, but there's a possibility we'll see further pullbacks, probably down to 100k Bitcoin. Some are saying even lower, maybe 98, 97k Bitcoin. We'll have to wait and see, of course. But I do expect to see some more pullbacks in the immediate short term. Today we saw a pullback because the market, TradFi market, opened off the EU steel. EU steel, you know, the 25 to 50% tariffs were announced on the Friday as the markets closed. Markets opened today on Monday. The market collapsed, quote unquote collapsed. It pulled back as a result because the markets finally opened and were able to react to that news. Now we're seeing Trump announce Wednesday is your deadline, either come forward or we're going to just hit you with hard tariffs again. So of course we're seeing investor FUD. You might see some consolidation tomorrow, and then Wednesday you might see a bigger drop off as well. We'll have to wait and see how it all pans out. And in more bearish news, and shout out to Cryptony for this, because he did inform us all ahead of time while he couldn't disclose his sources, which is perfectly fine. Again, sometimes you've got to protect your own. He couldn't disclose the source, but he did tell us there is currently rumors going about that Ethereum's new Petra upgrade is about to get hacked. And here we see the Coin Bureau here earlier today that Ethereum's Petra upgrade is now under attack. So Cryptony was completely right. Shout out to you, brother. So EIP-7702 meant to simplify wallet use in the Petra upgrade is being hijacked by bots. Wintermute found over 80% of delegations are feeding one malicious script. One victim already lost $150,000 to a phishing attack. So the question is UTXO worth the risk? Or is UX worth the risk, the security risk? And the simple answer is no. Of course it's not. Ethereum is already a dinosaur, it's already becoming extinct, and this upgrade, which makes it more centralized, is not a fix to it. It's not. It makes it more centralized, and it's just, again, falling off bit by bit. And I made I deemed quite a comedic post on that, just saying, oh no, who could have saw that coming? Anyway, it's time to study more Kaspa, because again, Kaspa is there. Of course, it's very early doors, so you can't compare the two necessarily just yet, but you got EVM, ZK EVMs, these sort of Ethereum tools being built on Kaspa right now on the testnet. You're just going to see mainnet stuff coming out hopefully in the next couple of weeks. We need a timeline still. So you're going to be able to see Ethereum tools built on Kaspa. Kaspa is going to flip Ethereum. Ethereum's going to probably go to zero in the future. Not in near future, but future to be. Kaspa's going to take its place. If not, maybe even replace Bitcoin in the sense of, use case. Definitely, use case. Will it be the number one crypto? I'm not going to say that, because Bitcoin has a higher value. Of course, market cap's a very important thing as well. But point being, again, Ethereum's under attack. Who would have thought? There are other macro news to get into in this stream. This here being quite important. This here also being interesting. And equally, this here, which I'm going to cover this one really quickly actually as well, because it's, again, a testament to what we just talked about here. Ethereum, I believe, and wholeheartedly believe, that is going to eventually go to zero. But it's not just Ethereum. Even what I've been mentioning before, Dr. Martin Hythworth confirms here, hundreds, and that's just saying, I think it's going to be thousands, hundreds of thousands of crypto projects will go bankrupt in the next 6 months. So again, thousands will go bankrupt in the future. In the next 6 months, hundreds are going to go bankrupt, go to zero. They are quickly running out of runway. They have no cash, and the tokens are increasingly worthless. The ICO model is finally drawing its last breath. That is where we're at with crypto. Ethereum is coming to an end slowly but surely. I don't think it's going to fall off the cycle. It will struggle. I think Ethereum's all-time high is still going to make one, I perceive personally. Right now, Ethereum is being used as a launch pad, a landing page for developers. And because Ethereum is very interoperable, it can connect to other bridges, but it's just not scalable, it's not efficient, it's dangerous actually. And it's expensive, so it's not worth using. So you're seeing loads of institutions and devs building on Ethereum and then bridging to the platform of choice, which I believe will be Kaspa in the future. Because you've got a lot of stuff coming to Kaspa, including USDC Circle and USDT Tether, and much more. We'll get into all of that in a short moment. But again, we're going to see many go to zero very soon. So we saw that with Mantra, collapsing. Terra Luna last cycle. We saw it recently with A0. We're going to see many, many more who are just worthless tokens, bad tokenomics, just useless projects effectively, who are promising the world but don't offer anything of real value. Copycats of other projects just go to zero. They're going to be worthless. Be very careful, do your own research, trade your discretion. For me, Kaspa is definitely not one of those projects. If you know Kaspa, if you know what you're holding, you'll understand exactly what I mean when I say that. We'll get into these two posts later on. I'm going to get some more Kaspa announcements now very shortly, but let me get some questions really quickly first off right now. And as Gosu says, yes, if you enjoy these streams, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more, you know the deal. Kryptoni here says, yeah, man, it's so important to understand why Kaspa. Sure, you can tell people to buy any crypto, but why Kaspa? Of course, you know, I have to state I'm not telling anybody to buy crypto. I'm not a financial advisor, but I want to emphasize that I'm holding Kaspa because I understand why Kaspa. You know, it's the element of understanding that in regards to currency in the world, you've got obviously money, you've got other elements, but think about it. The best form of currency is energy. It always has been energy. Mining, getting gold requires mining. Getting petrol or oil even requires mining oil. It's literally energy that is the most important currency, and Kaspa is tapping into that. It's the only scalable proof of work. And it is secure. And it's not got VC insiders who've got, you know, ill feelings, ill interest. Of course, there are going to be people who come into this project to take advantage of you. So be very careful as always. Do your own research. Don't sign up to anything that you don't trust, you don't know. If you join my community, which I recommend you do, because we're a community of like-minded individuals who are trying to learn more about crypto and Kaspa. We have a laugh here and there. Even the VIP, we're learning a lot more in there as well. But I just want to clarify again, those who are watching who may be new, should you sign up to my Discord server, the free or the paid one, I recommend the latter, but either or. Sign up to these servers here, you will most definitely and highly likely get people impersonating me trying to add you. My Discord name on the server is I do not send DMs or add you. At least not first. I'm not. If you want to add me as a friend, if you want to send me a DM and I know you're from the server, I'll reply. I'll reply. I'll add you as a friend back if you want to add me, but I will never send you a request or a message first, and that is for my and your protection. So be very careful who you're talking to anywhere online, and if it's me, again, double check. You can always find out who it is by checking the actual the username. Equally, you can send me a message. You've got my account, literally published, right here. Just click on that, press send message, and that's fine. But be very careful who's going to add you. That's my little disclaimer there. But again, if you want to find out more about crypto and Kaspa, come check the free community. Link down below in the description. Also in the homepage, and equally the affiliate links will be BYDFI to actively get more benefits when trying to trade, and equally the VIP groups, extra benefits there as well. A lot of extra benefits to help you maximize your experience, in this market. But of course, again, do your own research. District courts challenge the tariffs. Federal appeals should put on hold on a stay. I mean, yeah, it's a whole back and forth right now. Everyone right now is trying to appeal the tariffs right now. We'll have to see how it goes from here. I think, for the most part, it's probably a nothing burger, if I'm perfectly honest. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But of course, it's going to cause short-term pullbacks, hence why Kaspa's now down almost 3%, and Bitcoin's coming down 1.3% as well. Probably around 95k. I think 95k is equally not a bad possibility. I actually made a post about this in my community to my VIPs, of course, those who are paying, get the extra benefits. Would have found out earlier today. That we got some of the macro data today. We got the ISM PMI, which ISM PMI came in below expected, which is the lowest reading since November 24. Now, the ISM PMI basically means it signals the US manufacturing sector. So we're seeing it go lower and lower, which does signal, therefore, that manufacturing activity is actually slowing faster than anticipated, which is not that good. Weaker business confidence. That's not good. However, the good takeaway from that is this is going to incentivize and increase the likelihood the Fed's going to have to step in to cut rates. So again, it's news. Again, you want to find out sort of stuff ahead of time, and also a breakdown of what it really means and what it means for us, and much more. Check out the VIPs down below in the description. But right now, again, the macro data did not come back very positive for the short term, but it does incentivize some hopeful interaction from the Fed to help speed up productivity in America by cutting rates and printing money. I'm so far ahead, it's crazy. Yeah, you are. I want to know who your sources are, brother, because that is insane stuff, and you're doing very well, brother. So, shout out to you, definitely, my man. Great project. Oh, yeah. I know, right? Ethereum's fantastic. I would have thought, exactly. I know you would have thought. Token unlocks infinite supply. Yeah, just bum. It's just terrible. Free Mr. Marsh. I've not seen Mr. Marsh for quite some time, actually. He's doing very, very well. Although if he's watching this, then I hope he's not. What's up, DD bro? You're doing very, very well, brother. No more Slumpy Beans? Nah, always here, always here. Kasplex is like Goku in Ultra Instinct, faster than anyone, perfectly decentralized, and before rivals it can even blink, the block's already confirmed. Love that analogy, yeah, and I completely agree. Kaspa is the final form. Ultra Instinct, Goku Blue, whatever it may be, you know, it is absolutely nuts. And yeah, I also saw you there, I think, as well there, DD bro. What's up, Wyatt, bro? You're doing very, very well, family. When is Usdc coming to Kaspa? We don't know that just yet, Massimimo, and that's kind of the problem, because a lot of the confirmation we have is still like confirmation we've got it coming. Cool. But when? We still don't know. The timeline is the really unfortunate and frustrating part for us Kaspa holders, because we know like Binance and OKX, they are on Kaspa, they have integrated Kaspa onto their platform, but they have not announced a spot listing yet. Why? We don't know. When's it coming? We don't know, but it will be a matter of time. Now, before I get into any more questions, actually I say that's the end of the questions. Fantastic. A cool top for once. Let's get into some of the news. Let's straight off with the news. So we got this first update here from Kaspa here, highlighting some updates with the current Kasplex Layer 2 testnet. We can see the usage for the last 48 hours. We have seen 18,000 blocks produced with no empty block generated. Very, very good. 22,000 transactions and over 1,000 active wallets. Overall good feedback. Direct feedback from several dApp builders. Community feedback shared on X, Telegram, and specific Telegram channels here. We have known issues right now being high fees generated on the RPC issue, Explorer turning 500 error while searching for an address, main page with some data not loading, and faucet rate limited. So summing up, well-perceived test phase, stable, minor issues with easy fixes, different areas for improvement were identified, and there are dApps for DEX, faucet, airdrops, etc. already deployed and tested by community. So we are seeing a lot more coming, and hopefully we'll see a lot more coming very, very soon. When mainnet, again, we don't know just yet, but again, depends on a lot of factors. Hopefully though, it will not be too long indeed. So right now, with there being such a lackluster number of issues per se, or very easy fixes, again, the more people who jump on board, more who try to really push the limits of Kasplex, the better it will be. We can get all the fixes done very, very quickly. We'll hopefully see the mainnet, unlikely the mainnet coming out this month. I want to say the next few weeks, are going to have to wait and see, but I think we'll see it this month most definitely, and that'd be very, very big for Kaspa. That's not all here, of course. The Zella swap, they're also actively partaking in the testnet as well. And in case you missed it, our Kasplex testnet is incentivized. 4.8 million ZIL, which is $135,000, will be airdropped to testers during the first week of mainnet launch as per our tokenomics, participating by testing, reporting issues, and help improving the DEX and the network. So you can see that here. So if you want to partake in this, then you can by all means find out. I'll link this down below, or sorry, not down below. I'll link this in my Discord community to go find it out there. I'll equally repost it on Twitter as well, so you can follow me on Twitter. Equally, the link to Twitter are here as well, and down in the description as well, so you can follow me there, and I'll repost this as well, so you can get access to some ZIL. Whether you like it or not, it's completely up to you, but you can get some free ZIL, and hopefully that could generate some returns for you right now. I know ZIL currently is being available to trade it on CoinX, and you'll likely see more listings coming up very soon as well. That's not all though. We've got also IGRA here. We saw a post recently, which I did post in my community, that I have not preloaded. Very, very bad on me actually. We've got this post here where Rusty Kaspa Python bindings are in beta, but they're now available on PyPy. I think I butchered that. I apologize. I don't know the coding terms per se, but basically seeing, you know, again, the interoperability of Kaspa is expanding once again, as now it's easier for Python devs to work for things on Kaspa, which is huge, huge news. And I'll highlight that because again, IGRA here, their code base is mostly Rust by the way anyways. They are Rust they trust, and they are also going to therefore have access to Python stuff as well very, very soon, which is good. So yeah, and also Marcus Sun's going to be hosting the shout out to Tony, not Crypt Tony, other Tony, who did post it in our community as well, that they have a workshop for Rusty Kaspa coming out this Wednesday, so in 2 days time. He'll be hosting Hans Moog here, all the sort of stuff there, very, very cool. So yes, this is great stuff to see, and hopefully we'll see IGRA's public testnet coming out soon enough as well. Again, we'll have to wait and see. One thing I found kind of frustrating, I say frustrating, a bit weird, is I've been made a few posts, you know, out to some of the people in the community asking, you know, what's the difference between IGRA and Kasplex and Sparkle? What's the difference between these smart contracts? And these same people have liked the posts. I mean, I get you're busy, you know, and I don't want to be demanding, but I've asked like, oh yeah, can you mind answering the question in your AMA? Like Johnny said he's doing an AMA very soon. Like, can you answer the question, or maybe answer the question between what's the difference between smart contract or Kasplex, IGRA, and Sparkle? And I've had IGRA liking that post, and I'm like, cool, can you explain it for me, please? You know, like, it'd be very nice, because I'm very intrigued to know. I think we all are. Hopefully we'll find out very, very soon either way, though. And yes, going on to the headline of the stream right now. So KEF is meeting with Circle next week. Is this true? Sounds huge. And Johnny confirmed, yes, this is true. He's the one who linked it in the first place. And he'll post a selfie, maybe, which would be very, very cool. And this is, again, this is what we want to see. Again, we do know that Tether are already in contact with Kaspa. And Circle as well have been in contact since December 2024. And now we're hearing that they're going to be meeting in their New York office next week, literally next week, which is very big. So how soon will it come to Kaspa? We don't know. What I can say with confidence, we'll probably see a bridged USDC Circle onto Kaspa's platform. And then in future, once it's been more developed and more, you know, the ecosystems that kind of thrive more, then you'll see a native bridging on Kaspa, or native on Kaspa as well for USDC. But either way, that's going to be good. Circle, you know, Tether is the biggest stablecoin issuer, as you can see here. If you look on CMC, if you go to CMC right now, go to crypto, you can see Tether, number 3 right now, 153 million market cap, 153 billion dollar market cap. Circle's down here at 60, so considerably smaller market cap, but it is the most regulated and therefore deemed the most trustworthy stablecoin. So I'd argue both are equally very, very big. I'd argue actually Circle might be bigger for giving more trust to Kaspa, and this Tether being, again, for more active trading. So that's very good to see right now. We'll see both, I'm sure, in this cycle. I'd like to believe very, very soon. Again, we'll have to wait and see when that announcement comes out. And as KRIMX proposed here as well, stablecoins on Kaspa have huge potential. Yes, we are working on gigawatt stablecoin for the energy industry, which will be a carbon negative instrument for global settlements. But with Warp Core providing ISO transactions rails for banks that outperforms XRP's ledger, Kaspa will easily enable the ability for banks or CBDCs to offer stablecoins on a truly decentralized network, unlike the centralized crypto company alternatives we see in this space right now. Solana, XRP, Ethereum, all of them, they are crypto companies. They are not cryptocurrencies. Kaspa and Bitcoin right now are pretty much the only two that can actually adhere to that vision. And we're going to see Kaspa transform. Stablecoins are going to be huge on Kaspa. Kaspa Commons, who is kind of working alongside KRI here. Again, also talk about that as well. It's a no-brainer. It's very, very cool stuff. I'm going to get to more of some big posts here from, and actually, you know, get into this AI section here, more stuff from KRI in a moment, and then the alpha coming through very, very soon. But again, let's get into some questions really, really quickly. So beans, pancakes, a bitch delicacy. Sure, yeah, fine. I don't know where the soapy beans come from, man. I heard rumors that a major exchange behind Wallet 2 is waiting for either USDC or Tether to come to Kaspa for a liquidity pair. Don't be surprised if you see all 3 Tier 1 exchanges list when it happens. If that is true, and so far, Kryptoni, your predictions, your sources have been very accurate. I wish I had your source. I wish I knew who you knew, man. But so far, you have been very accurate in your predictions, so I'm not going to say I'll hold you to that, because again, that's not fair for me to say, but I'm excited to hear that. Of course, you know, as we say, don't be emotional, be logical, but that would be huge. And I do agree with the sentiment that you say here, that I also would not be surprised when you see one of the big 3, Binance, Coinbase, OKX, when you see one of them list because of the likely catalyst it's going to cause, the rallying momentum. It makes sense that when Binance lists, you're not going to want to miss out. You're going to want to buy as much as you can quickly to list it as well. So you'll probably see Binance, OKX, and maybe even Coinbase as well, all at the same time, which would be very, very big. It's not confirmation, it's speculation, but it makes sense, to me at least. But that would be cool. And again, that also makes sense that maybe they're waiting for a stablecoin pair. So therefore because again, think about, look at Kraken, for example, right? Kraken, of course, has stablecoin pair, but look at Kraken right now. They have a USD pair. Fantastic, they're trading Kaspa. I love that. But their volume's so lackluster because they haven't got a stablecoin pair. I don't want to put USD into exchange all the time. I mean, most of the time I do put money, you know, that I make from my jobs into crypto on occasion, but most of the time I just keep my money all in crypto. So I have a lot of stable coins. I don't want to have to, you know, I can't effectively use Kraken to its max ability, therefore, because I haven't got a stablecoin pair for it. So it makes sense, therefore, they're waiting for a stablecoin pair for Kaspa that will allow better, you know, interoperability, better trading between the platforms, a better liquidity pair. So yes, that would make sense to me. So hopefully we'll see that very, very soon, as Johnny is meeting with them very, very soon as well. I told the rumor about ETH being attacked because of Petra over the week ahead of time, and you're gonna, yeah, exactly, true. I mean, yeah, I know. I don't know if he meant it in disrespect. Again, I'm just speaking on behalf of him there. I can't say too much of the matter, but again, I've seen Kryptoni make predictions already in his community from his sources, and he was completely right about this here. He told us about it a week or two ago, and I was like, that's interesting. We'll have a look, see if it happens, and it has happened. We're seeing an attack right now, so evidently Tony, he's in the right circle. So I mean, while you can't disclose your source, and that's completely fair to you, you're entitled to your own privacy. Shout out to you for still spreading the love and security and knowledge to the community. So thank you very much, brother. Nacho is getting shadow realms right now. Yeah, Nacho right now is struggling. It's currently down to a $7.1 million market cap's come down quite considerably here. We can see volume's also actually even lower now. It's actually been flipped by 0 right now, which is not too surprising because again, the problem here is because so many people, and I get it, honestly I do, but so many people correlate Nacho to Shy. Like it's like 1-to-1, and it's not. The only correlation to Nacho and Shy is the name of the cat, because Nacho is the name of Shy's cat, but otherwise Shy has no, literally zero influence on this project. But of course, again, especially with memes are a lot more emotionally driven projects. So of course people are selling Nacho right now. I'm not worried in the slightest. I bought up some Nacho below 10 mil market cap. I'm going to probably buy a little bit more, truth be told. We've seen Nacho come down as low as I can't tell what that is a market cap right now. I wish they had a market cap version here. Can I change that? No, that's sad. Okay, well, it came down a lot lower, back in March time. So we can see Nacho still come back a little bit more therefore, but I still am not worried for Nacho and where it's going to go. I think they've got some good things they're building right now. I have spoke with certain people, and they've reinstated my confidence in Nacho. It's not me telling you to buy them. Again, you do your own research. I just do have conviction in this project. That's why I'm holding it. I'm not holding many of these memes right now. The only one I'm holding right now, truth be told, is Nacho and Wolfie. I'm not holding a lot of them either, but I'm holding some of them just to hedge my bets. I do plan to scoop up some more in the future. I do like the looks of Kango, Kaspi, Kaspa, Conan, Bert. I think Kiki's not bad either. There's some down here as well I think are not bad. Again, do your own research. I'm not telling you to go out and buy them. It's up to you. But I do think, again, with the price of Kaspa due to rally, with tier 1 seemingly on the horizon as well, with so much big developments coming out, shoe stuff, I think Kaspa's will rise and therefore the memes will rise as well. What's up, Devious Me, bro? You're doing very, very well, brother. Welcome back to the stream. I'm going to wait for the bottom and then buy a whole boatload, as you should, man, as you should indeed. I think, yeah, Nacho is close to that bottom right now, so I might see potentially be a good opportunity, I'm nearly 100k invested into Kaspa between my holdings and money equipment and in time. Wow. I mean, yeah, shout out to you, but that's insane. Hopefully all of us one day, if not more so. I wonder if all these how to buy Kaspa oopsie web page launches are the exchanges playing chicken with each other, putting article like it up to see if your competition list takes down or not. You know what? It's not a bad theory either. And I think there is a possibility of such. I think it could be either that, or it might be because of them making sure the website's up and running and ready, and then just hide the website, and then when they're actually ready to list it, it's not because having to create the whole thing. They just go like, oh, yeah, cool, we'll reveal it again. Because we know OKX did it, they removed it, and they've done it again. We know Crypto.com did it, they removed it. I don't think they've uploaded it again yet, but I'm sure it'll be in due time, so you'll see it, no doubt. What's up, Magnus, bro? Welcome to very, very well. Welcome back to the channel, my man. They are showing that the exchanges, they are ready to list as soon as they are stable pairs. I think that's also possible, yeah. Remember, the game theory is in this situation, the first to list is going to benefit the most. Exactly. So it's a game of it's a game of chicken, but also not being too late at the same time. AIXBT, yeah, that is one that I have heard some through the grapevine about. AIXBT, which I do think again is a decent AI project, and they also, you have seen some posts in the past when people have asked AIXBT on Twitter about Kaspa, and they've always had a very, very bullish outlook on Kaspa as well, which is also very interesting. Here we can see 172 mil market cap. Volume is actually higher than Kaspa's, which is quite sad. But again, AI projects I think are going to do very, very well this cycle. So if you haven't got some, again, time to research them. I think AI is going to be a very, very big space very soon. Welcome, Michael's going to do very, very well, man. I am so sorry for Kaspa holders, truly. I mean, it's frustrating being a Kaspa holder, no doubt. It's been a very long haul, but my conviction and my emotions are very well aligned. and I am not worried about Kaspa in the slightest. You know, it's been a long haul, but I've been able to buy more Kaspa at cheap prices than I ever thought I'd ever be able to. So I think I'm actually blessed. Wow, that's a bad voice break. I think I'm actually blessed. You know, lots of good things in the future for Nacho. NFTs might be listed somewhere big soon. Not fun to do research. I mean, yeah, again, I think there's a lot of things coming up very, very soon. So I'm very excited. And yes, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Bingo Bango, AIPT, yes, AICB, Convo, yes, all that sort of stuff. I'm waiting for Friday to see market conditions to buy it if okay. I think Friday's going to be very, very interesting with the unemployment data. We'll have to see how that pans out. But I think right now, the macro is important, but I think if the tariff headlines don't, you know, simmer, and this again takes off on Wednesday, we might see a bit of a pullback, to say the least. But that being said, let's get into more of the content real quickly then, shall we? So we get into this more posts here from the AI element. Speaking of AI, actually, right now as well, we can see here, Nakasompo says here, the moment AI agents use Kaspa as currency, Kaspa starts being a project and becomes critical infrastructure for the future. And, you know, I agree with that much very so. I think AI will be a big, big thing for Kaspa as well, and it'll help elevate both to a next level. Wouldn't AI integration be more like a layer 2 project rather than a layer 1 task? Not even a layer 2, maybe an AI in this scenario can simply be a client, just like you and me, who can make transactions via some wallet or custom code for writing transactions, unless there's a need for some sophisticated actions other than sending and receiving Kaspa. So we may, you know, we've seen, you know, that from Coder stuff here, kind of just theorize, you know, the necessity for AI agents, if they come, how they work, with it fit the bill, all that sort of stuff here as well. And I think, you know, with possibility we do see it in the future as well. And even we can see here, you know, Simon Kid highlights here, had a lot of DMs over the weekend, a lot of chat about the lack of DTAL uptake, root APY being too high, and general fear about whether subnet tokens can recover, if they ever will. My personal take here, a long thread. Not going to get into it in too much detail here, because again, that's not, I'm not here to do that. But KRI responds here saying perhaps it's worth looking into migrating the BitTensor DLT to Kaspa. Both are excellent technologies and could complement each other very, very nicely. And even they make a further up post here talking about it, how BitTensor X Kaspa, thinking about it from a technical and synergistic standpoint. The potential rewards for migrating BitTensor to Kaspa are substantial. For BitTensor, the primary attraction are the dramatic improvements in layer 1 transaction speed, throughput, and finality offered by Kaspa, coupled with significant enhancements in layer 1 decentralization through Kaspa proof of work consensus. These could transform BitTensor into a more responsive, scalable, and credible neutral AI marketplace. And again, going into more stuff here, the fusion of BitTensor distribution AI capabilities with Kaspa's fast layer 1 and forthcoming layer 2 infrastructure could pave the way for a new generation of decentralized applications. Developers could build systems where AI agents coordinate and incentivize via BitTensor subnets, perform complex actions directly to Kaspa's layer 2s. Decentralized oracles powered by AI consensus derived from multiple BitTensor subnets to provide highly reliable and sophisticated data feeds that settle on Kaspa for consumption by other dApps, and AI-driven financial instruments or prediction markets are created. So, I mean, again, this is just in theory, right? It's just in theory, and it's just KRI kind of throwing a little fishing rod out there to see if they'll catch the bait, if you will. I do believe there's a future where pretty much every project is going to be incentivized to join Kaspa and jump and build on top of Kaspa, because Kaspa is going to be the most efficient. Going to be the most efficient, most scalable, most quickest, most safest. It's going to be the best. And of course, AI coming to Kaspa would be a very, very big thing. BitTensor, I think, is a very good project. And if they jumped on Kaspa, it would bring more value to Kaspa, but also to BitTensor as well. It elevates to the next stage. Be very, very big. Making mining also a lot more possible as well. So I think, again, that could be a very interesting idea. AI and Kaspa coming together. Now, we have a little bit of a post here. I'm not going to get too much detail here because I want to get to the alpha information here from the KRI. I made a post here talking about the summer for Kaspa's innovation. They're exploring smart contracts with Zig or NIM or a WASM plus micro VM foundation built for the long-term life of asset and market evolution, decades of reliability, so on and so forth. And they explain the difference between all of them here as well. So I'll leave this information again down below in the Discord server. You're going to find it out there. But now I want to get into the alpha information. The parts that was leaked from the crypto pumps. Shout out to those people, crypto pumps, blockchain banter, equally Chris Hutchin, Ton Hutchinson, Wolfie, and everybody else there. Shout out to all of them there. This was a very entertaining live, and they had some very, very big alpha in the stream that I'm going to play this recording here in a very short moment. The Sunday roast. Definitely go follow these guys if you haven't done so already, because their content is very entertaining. And one of the things they did mention here is about how the KI apparently met with a private Swiss banker and they have nothing positive to say about crypto at all. Nothing. Many bankers, particularly whose servicing HNWI, are ignorant to crypto generally and don't offer clients exposure. These are the banks that are going to go to zero. I am not kidding. I am really not. All the VIP alpha information I provide in this community here tells us with concrete detail from institutions that those who are not adopting crypto technology, they are going to go to zero. They're going to be left behind. So these banks who are acting in this fashion, they are going to zero. They are going to go to zero. They're going to collapse. Those who are adopting this technology are going to thrive, especially Kaspa's technology, in my belief. It's a very big deal. And they mentioned that's just one snippet of alpha there. And it's not even that big. What's big is the other announcements they made. For example, I did make a post about this recently as well. Announcements like this here. Actually, on Friday, we did a mainnet test of Warp Core for ISO banking messaging. That's huge. So bringing Kaspa one step closer, therefore, to taking part and being a critical part of the cross-border payments banking industry, to actually surpassing and competing with XRP, which, XRP is currently the leader in the cross-border payment space, has been about, Ripple's been about longer than Bitcoin. XRP is not as old as Bitcoin, but the company behind them is older. XRP does have seemingly quite a strong grip around that industry, the cross-border payment industry, but Kaspa, with its efficient technology and with the KI, could actually surpass that in the future. Maybe not soon, but in the future, most definitely, or tap into that space. So we're going to listen to all the alpha here from this 5-minute clip, and then we'll talk about everything else. Listen very closely, because this is, again, absolutely huge stuff of what is to come for Kaspa, why I am so bullish on this project, why I have not sold my bags, and I refuse to. So listen very closely here.
Kaspa KII coming in and saying there's 18 people in the team with access to the account, so you never know who could be messaging.
Yeah, that's what I like about Kaspa KII as well. Is it glory? Is it envy? Is it?
I'd say it's envy. I'd say she's a big Star Trek fan. See, she organises Comic-Cons and she knows some of the Star Trek people.
Yeah, she does. Very, very intelligent person as well. Worked at the Hadron Collider.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun story.
Yeah. She's extremely clever.
Yeah.
Cool. We met with private Swiss bankers and they have nothing positive to say about crypto.
Really? Interesting.
It tracks.
It does, yeah. Like Swiss banking is like the pinnacle of banking as well, isn't it? So that does really make sense. It's
like
stealing their market.
They don't even use fiat. They're just trading gold shavings over there.
Yeah.
Straight from vault to vault.
And Toblerones.
Did you read this one yet? Kaspa KII?
So they were saying that the big institutions, they're scared of being drawn into investigations and regulatory action.
Yeah, exactly.
Crypto.
Yeah, that was my point. It's like they either lose power or risk investigations. There's no good outcome for a bank.
And look, on that topic, in building Gigawatt Coin, how we manage the treasury, the collateral is extraordinarily difficult. In many cases, they only insure the first million and that's it. Thereafter, we have to go out on insurance.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Actually, on Friday, we did a mainnet test on Warp Core for ISO bank messaging.
Ooh,
wow.
Mainnet.
Mainnet. Hang on a minute.
That's
so direct
impressive.
on the layer one.
We need Wolf. What is bank messaging? I feel like it's like
internal
wire transfers. They're like notifying each other of incoming funds is like what ISO bank messaging is.
So banks have got their internal intranet servers where they can use their messages or even work off of their transactions from sometimes as well, like on the back end. And I think this is what they mean, if I'm not mistaken. We present Kaspa as a new kind of utility. Awesome to hear.
Yeah, see, and we talk about utility so much in the space that the word is like numb. It doesn't.
Yes.
Fit. I think they use it like electricity or natural gas or oil, that type of utility.
Remove the middleman.
Yes,
Exactly,
that's what it's all
man.
about.
Bloody
No
hell.
middleman anywhere.
100%.
Yeah.
Dude, if you look at any industry, that's where it's like
We're
it goes
riddled.
wrong. There's too many
With middlemen.
Yep.
Too many cooks spoil the broth.
Cats got to stick together. Boom.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Kaspa KII. We felt that EVM was clunky. We have our own EVM called Electrum Alloy of Gold and Silver, but we are considering the next 20 years. So considering WASM and Risk V as alternatives. Oh, wow. Okay.
Do you know what that means, Ashton?
They feel like the EVM, whatever they're doing on EVM it was clunky, and they're moving on to a different type of a tech.
So is that what
Awesome
Ashton said? They're making their own layer too, is it?
Well, that's not really what I meant the first time. I was just talking about Electrum, the fact that they created their own EVM, not what it meant.
But what's the WASM and
WASM and Risk V as alternatives. Risk V is what Ethereum is moving to now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Risk is the thing that Vitalik's been talking about as changing. I don't know if it's consensus or protocol of Ethereum. WASM usually just stands for like WebAssembly modules. Like we have a WASM in Kaspa to interact with nodes, but I don't think I'm technical enough to answer that question.
Aspects made the WASM for us, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, or led the effort. I don't know who all was involved, but yeah, it is his.
One more comment from Kaspa KII. Yeah, we are walled gardening to ensure security. Many utilities are required to have lots of layers of security.
Yeah.
You know what else, Levendi, that they call a walled garden that's super secure and always works?
Go on.
iOS.
I wondered.
Shout out to the boys here as well. Again, very, very entertaining, of course. Shout out to those who were a part of it. Also, Wolfie was also there as well, who you can't see on the screen right now, but Wolfie was also there. Yeah, I mean, it was a very, very entertaining live, very entertaining indeed. And yeah, you saw all the alpha there. This is just a screenshot that I've got. Shout out to Gosu for that, who, clipped this for me. I did see some of the alpha, but I think I just left because I had work to do before I saw all of it. And yeah, you saw all of it from them having 18 people running that page, that Twitter page, that Twitter account. 18 of them are running that. So they all just take turns using it to kind of just post whatever they want to. Again, the stuff about the Swiss banks who are not actually even interested in crypto, which is, again, their shortcoming, I can say with full confidence. The fact that they're already having mainnet tests for the Warp Core ISO, meaning you're actually getting mainnet stuff happening right now. So getting Kaspa therefore closer and closer to being used in the banking sector, which is absolutely massive. As a sector projected to be worth $5 trillion. No, $3 trillion by 2030. So in the next 5 years, that's insane. The sector right now is in the billions, could be $3 trillion in the next 5 years, and Kaspa going to tap into that. You've got also the parts of them considering moving away from EVM. They made their own EVM, moving away from it in the future. I am not too much of a code tech savvy person, so all I know is RISC-V is what Ethereum, like they mentioned, RISC-V is what Ethereum done with the Pectra, which of course now is struggling. And of course then you also got the Wasm, which is what's Crypto Aspect, who is working on Sparkle, who was originally the founder of Litecoin, who did for Kaspa as well, so maybe they'll go to Wasm. I'm going to say I prefer Wasm purely from the perspective of RISC-V did that, and Wasm I have not seen as much negativity around it, but again, I'm not Cody, tech savvy, IT, so I cannot say that for sure. I'm sure there's no issue. I'm sure those who are more knowledgeable than me can also correct me if I'm mistaken, but again, that is just some of the alpha, what the KRI bring, and why we've not seen anything of sufficient just yet. Again, they're still building, so is Kaspa, but that's what we've got coming to us, all taking place this cycle. It's starting this cycle and it's going to continue scaling up from there. When I say we're early in Kaspa, I don't say it just because it sounds cool to say. I say it because I believe it, and we are seeing that in front of our eyes, how early we are, really early we are in Kaspa. So yeah, I mean, again, shout out to the post here. Shout out to all these individuals here, absolute legends here. If you're not following, then you are definitely missing out. They are a great bunch of people. And yeah, I mean, they're also getting the scoops where even me, while I am good at getting my information. There's certain stuff that I'm also limited at, and that's also why the research also can resolves around talking to other people and researching other people. That's why, again, I'm very happy that I had a time to chill with these lot tomorrow, or yesterday even, alongside everybody else in the community, and equally got to hear this alpha leaked. You know, it's huge stuff, and that's taking place very, very soon. So you're seeing all the stuff that KR are talking about right now, the potential for Kaspa to, you know, onboard even the likes of Tensor, you know, expanding themselves and getting more AI applications on that project as well. You know, how, again, what they're running up right now, all stuff very, very, very cool stuff to see. So we have some more Kaspa posts I'll get into in a moment, link in the macro here, but this is why, again, I'm holding Kaspa, not solely for the KRI, but because of all the potential it has that is, again, going to be proved very, very soon. The short-term price action is macro-driven, it's headline-driven, it's just a nothing burger when you're actually in crypto nowadays. If you're wanting to make short-term gains, go trade, go meme cycle, whatever it may be. Those are going to be places for you. If you're trying to retire, or it says, in my belief, you're trying to set up for the future, this is where I am at. Holding long-term projects. Of course, there are some that I think will do well the cycle, but the only project that I think has sufficient long-term potential, 100%, Bitcoin and Kaspa for me. There are other ones that are not bad. BitTensor's not bad. I think it's going to do very well, but I think it needs to also, you know, it's having its own shortcomings right now. If it adopts Kaspa, then I think, yeah, it'll be fine. Other projects like XRP, Sui, Say, you know, Solana, all the other projects will do very well this cycle, no doubt. And maybe even after that as well, but they have their shortcomings. Of course, Kaspa does have its own shortcomings, but they are much smaller, and they are quite easily avoidable. You know, that speed is already second to none. Actually, speaking of speed, I'm going to play this video as well. I'm going to play this video, and then I'm going to get to some questions real quickly, and I'll get to these posts here as well, where Crypto Odie here does actually. Well, okay, I'm not going to play the video actually, because I just heard there's actually music on the video and I don't want to get copyright striked. But he basically, just to summarize here, Crypto Odie in this 1 minute video, I'm going to link this down below. Actually, it's already available in my community. Someone linked it earlier. I think it was Cryptony, or just Tony even. This 1.5 minute video here, where he apologized because the Kaspa speeds were incorrect. You know, he was the one who was testing the speeds of Kaspa, you know, transaction speed against the likes of XRP, Solana, Sui, those ones. He made a mistake. The mistake is that they were faster. The reason why Kaspa's speed was at 2 seconds because the hardware itself was slowing down the transaction speed. Kaspa's speed is actually faster than that. So he was wrong in the best way possible. So Kaspa is, even then, even a bigger leg above. Right now, the closest project to Kaspa, I think, to the speed is probably Say or Hyperliquid or Sui. And even then, they're still nowhere near as quick as Kaspa. And Kaspa's only being limited right now by hardware. Imagine saying the only thing limiting you is hardware. But otherwise, speed-wise, from software perspective, you are head and shoulders above everything else. And again, from a simple business perspective, if you're wanting to transact daily currency transactions to send money back and forth, you're not going to choose who you're buddy with all the time. You're going to choose what's best for you as a business. If you're working with Ethereum since 2018, cool. But if Kaspa comes out being, you know, 200 times faster than you and more secure and decentralized, why would you choose Ethereum still? You choose Kaspa. So Kaspa's speed in and of itself is going to generate a lot more adoption. And again, that's why stablecoins are going to be such a big thing for Kaspa as well. They have so much potential for Kaspa. We're headed into a correction based on info. Yeah, based on the macro and the info, it looks like we're going into a bit of a correction right now. That's what I'm expecting, but again, I think it's just short term. I still think going into mid to latter of June, we'll probably start seeing some explosive moves. Again, if you look at the M2 supply, being historically quite accurate measurement for Bitcoin, it's got about 80% correlation to the price of Bitcoin. We're seeing this pullback right now as expected. We should start seeing a rally. You know, it says just ahead of the FOMC meeting. I suspect we might see it a little bit delayed and maybe start rallying after the FOMC meeting if everything goes according to plan, and we'll go up from there as well. What do you think Kian is using as a currency? I have no idea. I have no idea, brother. If you could shine the light on for me, please. 95k give or take. Maybe. I think 95k is a possibility. Again, we'll have to wait and see. Some of the macro that I've looked at and the information that I've been provided. You know, again, shout out to, again, my this is also the benefit of the community that I have. The VIP, thanks to our working together with BYDFI, has actually leveled up as well, because BYDFI is now an inherent part of the VIP as well. They kind of gel together, and the traders are part of the BYDFI. So we have the trader who we have like 3 traders now. We have C Crypto, who's kind of the long form trader market analysis. We have Chart Flows, who puts in the kind of frequent trades, and then we now have a BYDFI trader as well, all a part of it. Of course, you get access to the BYDFI just through the affiliate link and not the Patreon, the WAP page, but you can get extra access to the WAP page as well, which is another benefit as well. And the trader in there has been popping off. Actually, I've been following his trades, looking at them. He's actually hit, I think, pretty much all of them so far, and it's been crazy the money he's been making. I'm looking at 160% gains, 80% gains, stuff back and back and back. Like, it's doing very, very well. What was my point in that? Oh yeah, they also provide market analysis as well, where right now there seems to be a belief that we're going to probably see some form of corrective behavior. Still bullish overall, but probably some corrections in the immediate short term. So if you want to find that sort of stuff, again, the extra information, have the affiliate link down below in the description where you can check that out. And once more, you can equally join the free Discord server right here. And if you join the free Discord server, you can check the Get VIP Access channel, the membership channel, and you follow the steps here. You can also get access to the BYDFI page and a 1-month free trial to the VIP as well, which provides a lot more extra benefits. Other trades, of course, alongside educational videos and tutorials, and also alpha information, finding out what the institutions are doing ahead of time. So again, it's honestly, it's getting crazy. You know, I've made a lot more money now in the past week than I have done probably in the last month, just thanks to our work with the BYDFI. It's been crazy. So again, if you want to find out more, link down below in the description, and also on my homepage, and equally in the Discord server as well. Yeah, Virtual's also going to be a good one as well. I think Virtual's going to be a very good AI project. I think we're about to get a fake out on this dip, and it's going to blast off. I mean, the M2 suggests as such, and again, with all stuff coming to Kasplex, so you might see it rally at the market, but the macro right now and the headline, right now we're still very much in a headline-driven market, so I think we're going to see some pullback still. Again, we've got this to look out to. That's also coming out on Wednesday. Then we've got the unemployment data on Friday, and even the PMI data that came out today was not the best. So again, I think we're going to probably see some pullbacks in the immediate short term, maybe this week or so, and then we'll have to see the tariffs develop. If the tariffs end up cooling down, then maybe we see a bit of a recovery ahead of the FOMC meeting, and then after FOMC meeting we see a blow off, maybe, hopefully. Have to wait and see, of course, though. But I am optimistic, no doubt. I'm optimistic, no doubt. And actually, speaking of that, some more macro news here. Actually, I'll get to the last few sources here before I get to the last bit of questions here. You've got Gem Wallet here saying, if the Kaspa community really, really wants us to add them, we will. So, you know, do our thing, like, retweet. You want it. Would love more wallets. Would love to have you as a part of the Kas family. There you go. And the green hearts as well. Get involved. So yeah, by all means do that as well. If you haven't done so already, getting more wallets available for Kaspa. This post here from KRI, which I'm not going to gloss over too much again because I don't want to get into much of the FUD. We've had enough FUD recently, but again, it's just I'm not sure the right word, but it's a post from the KRI, again, just highlighting Shy, and again, their appreciation for Shy and his work. You know, and I've seen it a lot more recently, actually. A lot of people now, after Shy has now taken a step back, a lot of people have now come out and said, you know what, Shy, you were, you know, taking a step back was sorry to hear, but you were a big help to Kaspa, so, you know, thank you for that. You know, you're unbelievable. And this is what I'm actually happy to see right now, despite the unfortunate ending of that. Some people are happy with that, and again, you know, you're fine to be happy with that. If you don't like Shy, again, that's completely up to you, but I'm happy with seeing some appreciation of Shy now, because whether you like him or not, he was a big part of Kaspa. He wasn't a core dev, but he was a part of the core team. He was part of Dag Labs, who founded Kaspa, so he's still a core member. Not anymore, but he was a core member, so I still have utmost respect for him for what he did. And again, some of the macro data real quickly as well. Here, the macro news here. Banking sector says easing of US leverage rules could support treasury markets, so we're seeing a potential for that as well. This information again is available in the Discord server, the free ones. You can find that there in the news channels. And equally here, I'm not going to play the video, but you got here Tom Lee, who is notoriously a very, very bullish individual. But he's saying here that Bitcoin's responding to global liquidity, which is moving up. There's a lot of upside, even $250,000 this year. So a potential massive Bitcoin blow off top at the end of the cycle. I have to wait and see. But I do again think that My conservative prediction is still 130 to 150k Bitcoin, but there's a good chance we go a lot higher. Again, I don't understand institutional capital the same way that these institutions do. They must send Bitcoin and crypto a lot higher. I have to wait and see ultimately. But again, short-term noise, long-term very, very bullish. And all information provided in my VIP groups again in here. The information that this information tells us well how bullish we're going to be in the near future. How bullish we're going to see in the near future with what they're looking into, how they're tapping into crypto, how they're adopting technology. We are going to see it go so much higher in the future as well, this cycle and years to follow as well. So definitely find out more in the VIP. Again, look down below description and homepage as well. I'm telling people just to wait until all of their favorite projects migrate to Kaspa. Again, I think it's inevitable in due time. Wait until the FOMC meeting wants to market bottoms out from this upcoming correction. I think, yeah, FOMC, I think we might see pullbacks right now, maybe some form of cooling off next week, maybe a bit of a recovery, and then FOMC meeting come down a bit, and then we'll just start seeing it go up after FOMC meeting, something like that, maybe. Again, that's how the macro really plans out, though. The market will rally in the next 3 months. Then at the end of November, you're going to see all alts take off. Alts will take off until April and then cool off. But I can feel this dip won't be significant as the previous cycles. The whole problem with your theory is it lacks a supply available to go around to everyone. I mean, again, I have to wait and see, right? I do think we're going to see a big cycle. I do think there's a possibility we actually see the cycle bleed into 2026 as well right now. Of course, not financial advice, just based on the information that I have on hand and the information I provide to my VIPs as well. If you want to find out more, again, check that out. But I do think, yes, we're due for some pullback, some frustration again, but things are looking good ultimately from this point forward as well. But of course, the monetary policy, that sort of stuff, does give us an insight on at least the immediate short term and what's happening. But when you look at the M2 and other elements and regulatory frameworks that will increase adoption into crypto, you're going to see a lot more coming. When the regulatory frameworks come in, I think the macro data will mean a lot less. Because then institutions there can finally have access to crypto. They won't care if the unemployment's come down a bit because they believe in crypto. You've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen so much alpha information in the VIP from how bullish they are on crypto, how they deem it as, quoting this, they deem crypto takeover as inevitable. When regulations come through, they're going to adopt it heavily. Heavily. So I think macro will be a lot less efficient, mean a lot less when they get regulations. So I have to wait and see again though. Ethereum tallied 2020. Ethereum tallied 2020. No, I mean Ethereum did do very, very well in 2020 last cycle, and it could definitely peak there again, if not go a little bit higher. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see right now. Ethereum, of course, with this whole dilemma here, it's in a bit of a situation right now, and I don't think it's going to last very long. I think it's coming to the end of its cycle, its run. Just seeing more of the questions real quickly. Just Tony and Bingo having a conversation back and forth about the potential for where crypto's going to go as well. When are their smart contracts starting? We haven't got a confirmation date right now. We did see that Casper Door made a post here about it and how, when mainnet, it depends on a lot of factors, most likely how quickly these developments will come out and how quickly the fixes will happen as well. So I reckon it'll probably be at some point this month, but I don't know when. We're seeing stuff happening right now. Again, we saw the KRI announce that the KRI announce here that they had the mainnet test for Warp Core, which is not smart contracts / stablecoins / banking stuff. So I guess huge stuff. Casper, indeed, yes, brother. Just see more of the question back and forth. Too much big money in to let Bitcoin dip. We're going higher. I mean, I think we'll see a Bitcoin dip. I do. If I'm wrong, then so be it. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. But I think we'll see a dip and then we'll see that reversal at some point this month. I think this month's going to still be a very explosive one again. M2 supply suggests that Bitcoin's going to be, rallying, into the, 130k zones or so in this month. If it follows the M2 religiously like it has been doing, then we'll see that very soon. Retail got manipulated first half of the... Retail always get manipulated. It's never going to stop. Do you think Tier 1 listens this year? 100%. There's zero doubt in my mind we get Tier 1 listens this year. As Tony mentioned earlier, Tony, who is being very accurate in his prediction, his sources, they're probably waiting for the USDC stablecoin integration onto Casper as the catalyst to have a liquidity trading pair. if that's the case, and if he's right, which his sources have been quite accurate, then, you know, when that comes through, which again, we don't know when that's going to come through, but I imagine it will be the cycle. We'll see tier 1s quickly flood in, and all of them at the same time probably as well. So apparently that was C a 992 Bitcoin. I mean, again, if I actually look a little bit more closely towards the traders who are part of the VIP, again, just doing a little bit of a leak for you, not just because I want to, but also want to incentivize you guys to check it out more so as well, but looking at the VIP traders here as well and what they're saying right now, they are suggesting that we are currently still in a somewhat bullish Bitcoin pattern, you know, kind of a cup and handle right now. Of course, the macro data is causing a pullback, and the headline data is causing a pullback right now. We may see further pullbacks, you know, but for the most part, it's still very much more optimistic than bearish. Just maybe some bearish pullbacks, but still optimistic for where we're going to go right now. We're seeing supports around these areas right now as well, so we'll have to wait and see. Ultimately, we'll have to wait and see. But I'm excited. I'm excited right now for crypto, definitely. Oh, Mr. Mars is finally here. Oh, wow. Okay, fair enough. Welcome back, brother. Where are the free waffles? You have to buy it with your Casper, mate, apparently. That's what I heard. I think you said you were offering Casper for waffles, something like that. Didn't you say that? Shake ass for what? Shake waffle for Casper or something like that. Didn't you say that? Sold on my Nacho. Hey, I mean, if you have to do it, brother, then go through it. I am still holding my Nacho. In fact, I bought Nacho for the first time very recently. I've been saying for ages I'll get into these memes, and I didn't for the longest time. And then I started buying. I bought Wolfie sometime last month, and I bought Nacho about a few days back on this dip. And I'm gonna probably, if it goes any lower, I'll probably buy some more, honestly, because I think Nacho again is not Shy's project. The only correlation is the name of the cat. Nacho, I think, they do very, very well the cycle still. Just seeing some more questions right now. Okay, it's pretty much just going on back and forth. So just basically, I mean, I could read through all of it, but just Cryptonian, Bingo Bango, just talking back and forth about the potential when we're going to see a crypto reversal. Are we going to see Bitcoin come below 100k or not? They have a difference of opinion, but again, that's perfectly fine. You know, that's part of the community. We'll find out who is right, I guess, in the very near future, because I'm sure again we'll see some pullbacks with all this FUD and headline stuff right now. Some pullbacks, but in the future we'll start seeing that rally upwards as well, following all the big developments and equally what's coming out for Casper as well. Very huge stuff. Circle meeting next week, very, very huge. Smart contract stuff coming along quite nicely, some fixing stuff coming along, but ultimately very good stuff. KRI dropping alpha, which is huge about what they're doing right now. All this and more. That's why I hold Cap, that's why I'm bullish on Casper, that's why I ignore the FUD. That being said, if you enjoy this daily live stream, then leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. If you want to find out a lot more about crypto and Casper and have a community where we're just talking, chilling, and chatting and learning about the space, then check out the free Discord server. Equally, the VIP, a lot more information in there, and equally, you should check out the affiliate links down in the description, and also on the Discord server as well. You can get a 1 month free trial to the VIP as well, or 7 days. If you want to sign up right now, either or, all available there, and you can find out a lot trading in this market, making money. You know the deal. Alpha information as well, knowing what's coming, and why I wholeheartedly believe, even more so now with the information coming, that Casper is the one for us. That being said, have a great day, good evening, good night, my family. I want to buy more Casper. Well, hopefully we'll see some more lower prices and get some more very soon. I don't understand them either, actually. I don't. Oh, actually, it's working a bit better now, because apparently you're at 150 XP as opposed to 75. But even then, I don't understand it right now. It's you and Bingo Bango both at 150, which makes no sense, because I've seen a lot more message from you two anyways, but I don't know. Maybe they'll fix it in the future. That being said, have a great day, good evening, good night, my family. Casper will melt faces, no doubt. $1 non, most likely. And I'll see you all